Namaste, my friends. Jeanette Seeley here, and I'm gonna share with you a few things to do for head and neck pain. So you'll want to have a tennis ball or balls made specifically for rolling. I have the Rawology bars, they're so wonderful. You'll want to have a foam roller, and if you don't have a foam roller, you can use I love something like this. A bed pillow, a thinner couch pillow. And I also have here TheraBands. These are by Nibu, and it's just a way to add resistance, but I'll show you what to do if you don't have bands. So there you go, those are the tools that we'll need. And then once you gather those, you can come on back and have a seat and practice along with me. One of the things that so many of my clients come to me with, my students, is neck pain. Chronic neck pain, shoulder pain. It's just sort of where so many of us carry our tension. And I have some really beautiful and simple ways to ease that. So the first thing that we're going to do is connect with our breath. Close your eyes, find a comfortable seat. Take a few breaths in and out. Just notice the quality of the breath. Is it shallow or deep? Does it feel smooth or staccato? Where is it going in the body? Is it up in the upper part of the lungs? Deep in the bottom of the lungs? Front of the body? Sides of the body? Back of the body? And check in with your spine and just begin to lengthen it by drawing the crown of your head towards the sky and the root of your body towards the earth, elongating and softening, relaxing the shoulders, the jaw, the eyes, the whole face. And notice where you tend to carry tension. Greet this area lovingly. Don't judge it or feel bad about yourself for holding on to tension. Just notice. And today we'll be working on, like I said, the neck and the shoulders. But if this is not your place where you habitually hold tension, you can take these protocols and adapt them to other parts of the body. And the first step is bringing awareness to the places where we hold our tension, where we have pain. Embodying these places fully. And if it's uncomfortable to be there, just pendulate your attention, taking it outward, perhaps to a sound, something in your field of vision, if you gently open your eyes, and then drawing your attention back inward, back to this place that may be a little bit uncomfortable. Continuing that for a few more breaths. Absorbing your awareness in the point of most sensation. And then gently open your eyes. And we'll just begin to bring some movement to the head and the neck, taking ear to shoulder, chin to chest, opposite ear to shoulder, and back to neutral. Going the other way, ear to shoulder, chin to chest, ear to the other shoulder, and neutral. And just 2 more times on your own, either side. Mindful and slow, exploring the range of motion of the neck. Noticing any areas where it feels restricted, contracted, or tight. And when you come to neutral once again, we're going to take those places where we noticed constriction and we're going to apply this principle. So this is called PNF stretching, or proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, and it's just a fancy way of saying that you're going to take the muscles and apply energy techniques to lengthen them and apply contraction, and then to bring them to neutral and apply contractions. So I'll show you what that means. Take the side where it was more difficult, take the ear to the shoulder. And just notice where you are, and then take the same side hand and place it above your ear. And you're about as far as you can go without applying pressure with the stretch. And then press your head into your hand and your hand into your head with about 20% of your effort. Holding 8 seconds. And then release. Take the stretch ever so slightly deeper and hold with your breath for 30 seconds. I'll count, and you just focus on your breath and imagine that every inhale is creating space and every exhale is bringing in softness, relaxing tension, releasing metabolic waste and toxins stored in the cells and the tissues. A breath or 2 more. And then slowly come back to center. For the sake of time, we're going to do that once on either side, although you would want to do it 3 times. And then after your 3rd time, when you're in neutral, take your, so this is my right hand and the right side of my head, same side, hand and head, and then just press. Now you're neutral and you're applying resistance and contraction. And release. And just notice how that feels. And then we'll do the other side, so opposite ear to shoulder. Just notice where your natural range is without forcing or assisting. And then go ahead and take the hand above the ear and take a few deep breaths as you press and hold. 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then relax your effort and hold 30 seconds. Deep breathing. I'll watch the time again. And again, the focus is on relaxing, softening, and just surrendering the tension. One or two more breaths. And slowly return center. So now that was my left side. So I'll take my left hand to the left side of my head and I'll just press reciprocal inhibition, a little hold, 8 seconds at neutral contraction or isometric contraction. And release. Ah, feels better already. So naturally you would do that 3 times on either side, and you can apply this to any move that any muscle will do. So the idea is to take it into eccentric or lengthened contraction, the lengthened muscles, right? And then apply some resistance and hold, and then relax the resistance and release, holding 8 seconds and 30 seconds, and then applying reciprocal inhibition, taking an isometric contraction where the length of the muscle doesn't change, and adding some resistance and holding. So one of my favorite things to do, and you can do it on any muscle group. I'm going to have lots more videos about this because I love to teach it. You can also use a TheraBand, so put it around your head and just apply some resistance. So I'm going to do the right side right now. This would be considered an isometric contraction. This is lovely. And just hold and press. And you can do this to strengthen the muscles, to interrupt a pain cycle, to challenge the brain to behave in new ways with the body. I like to also take my hand to the crown of my head and just again add some resistance. You can do this with your head against a wall or in any position really, in tabletop, even in Shavasana. You can just add load from an external source. Okay, so that's a stretching technique. And then the self-massage technique that I love that uses, like I said, I use the Rology balls, but they're super nice because they're cork. They come in all different sizes, so you can get into different places. Tennis balls work really well too. You want something soft though, not something like a baseball or a golf ball that's too firm. So it should have a little bit of pliability. And then find the spot where it kind of hurts the most. And you'll use either a wall or the floor, and you'll apply some external pressure with the wall or the floor. And it'll be hard for me to show you that right now, but imagine that there's a wall right here and I'm gonna lean against it and the ball is gonna be between the wall and the muscles, and I'll just roll around and I'll hold in certain places and then I'll roll it around some more, and I'll just find really sweet ways to nurture the body. The reason massage works so well is because where we have stuckness or tightness or adhesions, we call it, you may know it as the word knots, where you have these adhesions, there's a buildup generally of metabolic waste. And so when you begin to use things like this, like rolling, you're working with the fascia or the connective tissue and the deep layers of the muscle to help reorient. It's really quite beautiful. The final thing I'm going to show you is the foam roller. So I love this one. It's cloth covered and it comes in, it has 2 sizes. There's a little one inside of this. I'll show you. This is Lana Roller from Thailand. I can't wait to go there. And here's the baby one. So depending on what part of the body you're rolling out, you decide which one you would use. Any foam roller will do, and if you don't have one, something soft will work to just kind of take a restorative pose. So I'll show you the one that I'm going to do here, is to take this sort of underneath my rib cage and to lie down on my side. And if you have a pillow, you can use that. And oftentimes I find in my body and some of my clients, it's very individual, so it's hard to tell, but you may find that if your upper back and neck are tight, your lats are also tight. So I like to work there to help relieve some of the pain. We have accessory muscles for every move, antagonist muscles for every action. and the body is one connected whole. So you really will rarely have tightness and tension in just one place. It's going to travel through the body. So find the areas that are connected, and you can just roll it out. You can't see me too well, but I'm basically rolling from my rib cage right up to the armpit. And I'm just gently applying or leaning my weight into this and not creating any pain, but there is somewhat of a strong sensation in certain places, as is normal. If you are just using a pillow or something like that, you can take this as a restorative pose, just pausing and allowing the weight of your body to surrender over that object and finding your breath and bringing your breath to those places. One thing that fascinated me in my yoga teacher training was that MRI scans show that we can increase blood flow to an area of the body with a breath alone. So the mind and how we direct it is incredibly powerful, manifesting in physical changes. And make sure you do both sides. I'm going to slowly come up. And just notice how you feel. And if you've just done one side along with me, and we haven't done the other yet, notice the difference between the two sides. Maybe there's a little bit of lightheadedness even. And that's normal if you sat up fast or if you just released a lot of tension that you're holding. So we'll just briefly do the other side, coming on down, applying the roller. I'll show you where it is. I'm taking it right about to the middle of the rib cage and just bringing it right up to under the armpit. So I'm getting this whole side body here, and you could play with that and see what it feels best, where the tension is. And just take a few deep breaths as you invite some gentle movement, or as you surrender into stillness, whatever you like. This is always about your practice and your body, and I would never be able to know what's happening internally for you. So just rolling it out a few times, seeing how that feels. One side is very different than the other for me, and that may be the case for you too. It's totally normal. And when you feel complete, we'll slowly come back up. There's so much more we can do, but I will leave it there today. We did some muscle energy techniques for the head and the neck. We did some rolling with balls and a foam roller, self-massage, stretching, and strengthening. These are some really beautiful ways to deal with tension and pain wherever you may have it. So ask me your questions. I'm so happy to answer. I hope that this was helpful, and I'm sending you all my love and appreciation. Thank you for being here. Namaste. Much gratitude and love for you.